Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to hour number 2 of Sagas of the Icelanders. What will happen next? Let's find out.
Question
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
So that thing that I did,
Yep.
it's the order will no longer be the same. Does that mean that I can permanently talk back to people? What did I gain from that?
You're not gaining moves, right? But
No, I understand, but
Isn't
like
it just
social
that-
order.
right, people are now like, as a result of what you've done, Hilda, people are looking at Rovik and they're kind of like, whoa, this dude just got his ass kicked by his son. This shield maiden is like pretty badass. Like, people are gonna start to listen to you more.
That works. That works for me. That's all I wanted to know.
And not as much to Rovik, because, like, you know, let's face it, he's kind of old and broken now. Like, you know, nobody likes him.
We have a lot of ladies in our crew too. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah,
rebel against us.
You have like 25% women on this chart. I was actually looking at it.
That's a pretty good amount.
for
like.
You don't think maybe 50% is a good amount?
Well, that's a good amount, but I'm just saying, like.
But
is
that including like the children and?
What? Yeah, like I was really going through it. Like, it seems like there's about 50%. No, 25%. I mean, like I was looking at it. I was like, damn, there's a lot of men, but that's okay. All right, cool. So, where are we going? We're going
we'll
to
just pillage and steal more women. It's okay.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we'll just spoil some.
Yeah, Hilda, actually, as soon as you step out the door, Ari is he sort of turns to you, says, Shield Maiden, what should we do? Are we to find Ref? I don't know where that layabout has gone. He doesn't believe in his father. He doesn't respect him. It's not becoming of a son. Perhaps it is best for us to simply go find the good son who has wandered away.
No. I'll take the girl. You go scout ahead. We'll meet at... Is there some place on the map that we can meet at? That there's like a known location?
Aye, we can meet at Ingebjorg's house.
Good, because she needs something to do. So we'll meet there.
That's just what I was thinking. I was thinking it was very strange that she wasn't around. So let's meet there and find out how we can involve her.
For the old seer, you figure she'd be at more of our meetings so we could see the future. I don't know. I don't know why.
She's a strange one, that one. She likes to stay alone in her hut. You know, I hear that she never leaves.
It is legend. Legend has foretold this.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Thora.
He strings his bow and he heads walking off to the north along the river. So you're trying to find Ref. Like, what are you doing? Are you like just sort of like, you know, looking for like, how are you trying to find him? I mean, there's nothing for you to roll that's like tracking or whatever, but
right.
What are you doing?
I am counting on Thora to sort of know where a young moody boy would run off to. Yeah. And so I'm like, I don't want to be like, Thora, use your feminine bloodhound sense to track down this boy. But I imagine that she and he have run off together a few times. I'm like, Thora, where do you think he has gone?
You know, so hang on. First things first. Everybody take a look at your...
First things first, my peanut butter jelly radar is like off the hook right now. What?
Everybody look at look at your relationships.
Peanut butter jelly.
I'm jelly because if Thora's off, I like want her, man. If she's off running around with Rovik's son, I'm
Wait,
jealous.
You want Thora?
Yeah, I want Thora. I thought he was getting it on with that other girl.
No, Thora she's breast heaving because he beat up his dad over here. I know how to work that.
It doesn't mean I can't be jelly, Jesse.
She's
breast heaving. Like, that girl breast heaving.
I thought Ref was all about Helga, so I'm confused right now.
No, he's all about Thora.
What?
So hang on, like, I need each of you to look at your relationships and mark down one bond with every person on your relationships.
I was actually going to ask that because then that means no. Okay, this is one question I have though. When we get a bond with the people we have relationships with at the beginning of every session. But how would we use those bonds? Like,
So you can use this bond to look into someone's heart and ask if they're telling the truth, what they wish you would do, what you intend to do. You can use it to help or hinder somebody. And if you have a bond with an NPC and you help or hinder them, you're basically guaranteeing that they will either succeed or fail.
Right. Okay.
So everybody make sure that, and like bonds accrue. You don't just set it to one, you gain one. So everybody mark one bond with each person that you have a bond with. So that's, for Ingeborg, you share a secret with Helga, you have a soft spot for Eamon, you have foreseen the future of Rovik, and you have been wronged by Hilda. For Hilda, you could never betray Grim, you're a mentor to Thora, you are sisters with Gunhild, and Rovik needs your help. For Eamon, you covet the affection of Thora, and I didn't mark the others of yours. You don't trust Ref in battle, Rovik gives you shelter, and you fought alongside Hilda.
Correct.
And who else is it? Rovik. Hilda brings bad luck. Ingeborg is your elder. Eamon is an old friend. And what is it? That Vermund Olafsson, the chief thrall, is your thrall. Oh no, Gunhild is your wife. That was your fourth.
Yeah, Gunhild, Eamon, Hilda, and Ingeborg.
Yeah. Okay. So, you're walking away, Hilda, with Thora, and you sort of turn to her to get her to tell you where you can find Ref, and she just sort of like shrugs her shoulders and like rolls them a little bit and sort of like clenches her fist. She says, "I don't know where to find the lad. He always runs off like that." She pulls up some axes and starts like practicing a couple swings against the fence post or whatever.
Was this all a grand hint to say that I can use my relationship with her as her mentor in order to roll and like to be like, hey, dum we have a bond. Can I leverage that? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you can just use your bond to look into her heart and ask her if she's speaking the truth. You can ask her what she wishes you would do, how she feels about this, how you could get her character to do something. You have, I think, 2 bonds with her because you had one from the start of last session. So you could ask 2 questions or only one. Totally up to you.
I would like to ask the one question, and as she swings up against the fence, I place I put my sword down on her axe, like prop, to stop her from doing it. And I'm like, look me in the eye. Are you telling the truth to me?
She looks at you and like her eyes sort of shift away, and she starts just sort of like she looks a little bit uncomfortable. She's like trying to pull her axe out from under your sword. It's obvious to you she's not telling you the truth.
So I grab her under the chin and force her to look at me.
Yeah.
And I say, look at me. Mm-hmm. And I stare at her, and I'm like, tell me, where is he?
Are you using a move?
Yes.
What are you using?
Oh, I don't think I have a move for that. Can I just bug her to? I'm asking her with our honor boundness as her mentor.
Yeah. You could ask, if you spent another bond, you could ask how you could get her to tell you where he is.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay, so spend your second bond. She sort of like wrenches her axe out of the fence and she strolls around to the other side and she walks away. She says, I don't know where he is. And then she sort of pauses and she turns around. She says, Ref is not a wealthy boy, and I'm not a wealthy woman. But I know we would make a good husband and wife if we had some silver to start our lives out with. It's obvious what she wants.
Right, and it's obvious that she's a fool. So I stand before her and grab her, and I'm like, there are bandits out there. You'll have no future with him if you're both dead. Where will you spend the silver then? There's no room for it in the afterlife. Valhalla has no room for silver. And I'm like, where's the boy? Slap!
Damn.
Wow.
Let's see, like, what could this be?
Bro.
You know what?
I give 0
You know
shits.
what? Why don't you roll plus your weird?
Okay.
I feel like you're tempting fate, pushing your trainee this hard.
2d6 plus 1?
Yeah.
I can do that. she grabs your hand and crushes it.
Yeah.
Great.
She, let me see. Like, so you have with you warm woolen clothes, a cloak or animal skin, a shield, a spear, or a sword. Which of those are you using? Spear, sword, and you have a few bits of silver. Like, do you have these things on you?
I would assume I have them on me at all time. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you reach close, to like clock her across the face a little bit and just like really let her know who's boss. And you're so distracted with like how furious you are with her for not leveling with you as your mentor that you don't notice her grabbing the pouch at your belt. She ducks right under your swing and then she takes off running. And she runs into a thicket nearby. Are you gonna chase after her?
Yes, and I mutter
she just
like
stole your bling, man.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to I chase after her. Yes.
Fucking
Yes.
Okay, cool. Later that afternoon, we see Ingeborg in her house. What are you doing, Ingeborg?
I am let's see, what's a Viking witch thing I can do? I'm painting.
You got all this time to think about it, but you're just like, I don't know. What am I doing?
I just have like a giant wall. I'm just like finger painting with like weird symbols on the wall.
Nice.
Like my visions from my head, my dreams.
What are you using to paint? Like ink?
Just sheep's blood.
Sheep's blood?
That's
Have you
intense.
sacrificed a sheep?
Yeah, definitely
Awesome.
sacrificed.
Better
the
not be
sheep.
one of
Yeah.
mine.
Oh, no,
uh,
maybe she sacrificed it to the gods.
That's
to
where I get my
find your
rune
son.
carved bones.
Yeah, totally. That's awesome. Okay, great.
Cheap.
Incidentally, for anybody who's not entirely clear on what's happened here, every time the players roll a 6 or less on the dice, I get to make things worse for them somehow or other. So that's what happened. Good. Like you're painting this mural with sheep's blood. You've got this sheep dangling over like a fire pit or something, and you hear a knock on your door, Ingeborg.
Oh. And I'm just like, I walk over to the door.
This ancient 48-year-old woman.
Oh. I open it.
Yeah, there's a man there. He says, shh, and he walks into the room, just like walking past you. He's got a bow on his back. It's unstrung. He's got a couple arrows.
What?
What do you do?
I'm like, oh, come in. And I close the door behind him.
He says, CRS. Is Hilda here? Hilda, Ref, Thora, I'm looking for them.
I look at him and I'm like, no, nobody's come here today. Why do you ask?
Sort of a shadow passes across his brow. He says, I have been to the north. I have been scouting for the bandits. It's true. There is a camp of 5 or 6 bandits to the north. They have Olaf, your son. He doesn't look harmed. He's not in any danger, but they are surrounded him. They are bristling with weaponry. It's unlikely that we will be able to get him away from them without a fight.
And I say, I pause for a minute and I'm like, we need to read into the future.
And he sort of looks taken aback. He looks at the sheep. He says, is not that something you have been doing, Sithkona?
I say, the sheep's blood is just one of my dreams. I did not dream of this scenario. And I'm like, come, sit at the table.
Very well, Sithkona. I will follow your lead. He sits down at the table. He's sitting there in front of you. Like, what's the ambiance in your hut like? Are there like chickens hanging from the ceiling and like herbs and stuff? What does it look like?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of crazy shit. Yeah, like chickens hanging. You got the sheep over the fire. Yeah. You got a cauldron. Definitely need a cauldron.
Cauldron. Yep, great.
Yes.
You gotta have some like dream catchers.
Sheep's blood is just one of my. No one's gonna stop me. Sheep's blood is just one of my dreams.
I love how Jesse's just cracking up in the back.
I was painting a dream on the wall with the sheep's blood.
Yeah, I understand that, Sithkona. Tell me, what was your dream that you are painting? It looks beautiful.
Yes, it was.
It was just beautiful.
It's just the vast hillside, and there's just a bunch of dead bodies scattered all over.
Okay, so it kind of looks like this, but with like dead bodies.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, exactly.
Our bodies or other people's bodies, because that would be nice to know.
I don't know.
Ours? We're awesome.
And it's just like, let me drink my wine. I don't know.
Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, here's some dead bodies on the hillside. Okay, that's the painting that you're painting.
Oh my god, they're like,
I love it.
They have no heads.
Their heads are there. They're just, not on their bodies.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sit down. Are you gonna throw the bones?
Yeah, I gotta throw the bones.
All right, cool. Go ahead and roll your. Is it plus weird for you?
I believe so. Yes, and I have +2 weird.
Vulva weird. Yep, cool.
All right.
8. Okay, so what does that mean for you? It means ask 2 questions from that list, but the rest is hidden.
All right. Who do I see?
You see Olaf.
All right. And what do I see happening to them?
Olaf sits. Well, what do you see happening to them? You see him walking through your door. Yeah, you see the door opening and Olaf walking in, but as the door opens and he steps through it, this like inky blackness pours into your hut, and that's how the sort of vision that you extract from the bones ends. It just like what you were about to see is just overrun with this black ink that just consumes everything in your sight.
All right. And I'm like, oh, I sense that Olaf will return to me, but not without grave darkness and sacrifice.
Mm.
And I just look up at the guy, and I just have like this like cold face, just staring him in the eyes.
Yeah, Ari looks pretty weirded out. He says, Grim was right about you.
I'm like, Grim talk to you.
I, Sithkona, he is very frightened. He fears his mortality. He doesn't wish to face the fates.
Wait, what did I see from Grim again? It was like the spear.
Yeah, you saw something about like a spear just coming and skewering somebody.
Okay.
And you saw them fighting on the shores of Iceland.
All right.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what else do you need from me?
He sort of shakes his head. He says, I think I have no more need from you, Sithkona, but I was certain that that Hilda would be here by now. Hilda, why don't we have you show up nowish? Does that sound good?
Didn't I run off to go get my money back?
Yeah, I got bad news for you, bud.
You're not gonna let me roll on this? You're like, no, F it. You don't get to roll. She's gone. Tough shit.
I mean, you only get to roll when there's a move. I mean, maybe we could have you tempt fate.
I can't track a young girl running through the forest.
There's no moves, man. The mechanics only support very specific things, and most of them are kind of like interactive, like relationship interaction things. So like outside of that, it's all about what you say you do and whether or not like something is preventing you from getting that. So
I
like
think what Jesse's saying is he chooses to not, and he would like to run after Thora for his bling.
Yeah. Okay. You lost track of Thora. Well, actually, no. If you're trying to run after Thora, roll plus weird.
Gods in the sky. I've never asked for anything before, but I swear to you this day, a 10 plus would be.
You
just
hear the
best.
gods echoing down. That's total bullshit.
It is. It always
I'm
is.
like, nope, no 10 for you.
Yep. Okay.
Never mind.
show
Hey,
up.
everyone at the cottage. How's it going?
Oh, hello!
You show up at the Seathkona's cottage. You're empty-handed. You don't have your money. You don't have Ref. You don't have Thora. What do, man?
Do I see this? Is he back at my place?
No,
No,
he's
I'm
at Ingeborg's
Oh, he's at
cottage.
Ingeborg's,
He's
okay.
rendezvousing with Ari because he knows that he has to go rendezvous with Ari.
I would assume, Shannon, you and I are like setting up 2 separate armies to prepare.
Totally. That was the plan.
Yeah, and I'm probably having to get my nagging wife off my back, who's probably all worried about my rib. Whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep, totally.
You're just like, man, that shit up. We gotta go. Shit's happening.
She's like, husband, you know this is a bad idea. If you go out there with your rib like that, the smallest thing could just spell the end of your life. I recommend you send the other men. This is not becoming.
We have seen worse. We have seen worse. Just wrap me up tight so I have some, I can move.
Yeah.
So I can move.
She sort of begrudgingly nods, and then she like cinches the bonds around your waist like even tighter, and just goes crunch. Ah! Yeah, cool.
Thank you, dear wife.
Of course, my darling. So Hilda, what do you do when you walk in?
I walk in with sort of a frown on my face, and I turn to Ari, and I'm like, young people.
That's his reaction. He just laughs.
I'm like, the girl's gone. She ran off to the boy. All we have now is the seer.
What does it you mean, girl and boy? Olaf? Olaf has been stolen away. I found him. He's up north. He's being held by the bandits. We need to get the armies and move.
Oh, okay. I mean, is he not aware that we went to go get the other kid?
He's just sort of like, he's been distracted.
He's zoned. All right.
Yeah. And he just like saw like this Seathkona like do some magic-y bullshit.
Okay. So I see he's a little lost, and I just look over at the blood painting, and I'm like, Ari, what is this?
This is the Seathkona's dream. She dreams of Iceland with dead bodies all over it. It's very distressing.
Woman, tell me, what do you see?
Would you boys like something to drink first?
I am no boy. I grab her hand. I'm like, tell me, crone, what do you see?
I just look you up and down, and I'm like, you look like a boy.
Oh, shit.
Is this because I have short hair?
Yeah.
Damn the gods for my short hair.
Oh, shit.
Do you have short hair, Jesse?
I'm short, bright-faced, and tall. That's not very descriptive of
I mean,
anyone.
it's a question for you. Do you have short hair?
Yeah, I have short hair. Yes.
Okay, cool.
So I'm like, it matters not what I am. Tell me, what have you seen? Why is he so afraid?
I saw Olaf returning to me with darkness around him as he walked through my door.
Oh shit.
What do you mean, darkness?
Darkness, as in the night, in devouring him as he walked through.
Were any of us with him?
I only saw him.
So bloody mountains and bloody people. This is us, and I point to the wall.
I do not know who it is, for my visions only give me a generic concept of what I see.
You speak big words, crone. Perhaps one day when I'm as old as you, I will know them too. And I turn and walk away and grab Ari. I'm like, we head north.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, good. Yep, he just turns around and says, Follow me. I will lead you to where I saw them. Are you going with him?
Me?
Yeah, Hilda.
Oh, I grabbed his arm. I'm like, let's roll. If Crendor wants to come, Crendor's more than welcome to come.
Ingeborg, are you going with him?
I'm like, have you seen Helga?
I think like the last time we saw her, she went down to like the longhouse. Yeah, I think Ari would have been like, Ingeborg, I saw your daughter at the longhouse with Rovik. She's there. She's safe. If you would like, I can show you where they're holding your son. It seems a strange place that they are in. It would ease my troubled heart to know that we have a CRS with us.
All right, I will go.
Very well. Follow me.
I imagine that like Crendor's character carries like 50 bags of just random shit. Like he's just an old bag lady with like and all the bags are just filled with like bones and like random shit that like no one needs.
It seems pretty likely to me.
No
random
normal
shit
person
that nobody
needs.
Yeah,
you 48-year-old crone.
Yeah. Okay. So like he's leading you through the forest, like up along the river in a northerly direction. Let me find out what's up with like the two armies while we wait for to find out what Ari has found. So
Ari to come back, son.
Oh no, he's.
Oh no, he's gone mute.
Gods have silenced him this day.
Sorry.
No more will we hear from Stephen.
Is that me? Are you not hearing me?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Silent.
I was wondering
Good.
what happened. I all of a sudden started turning up my volume. I'm like,
I don't know why that happens sometimes, but it did last time too, I think. Weird. So I was asking, what's up with the two armies? Eamon and Rovik, who are y'all with?
I would imagine that Vermund is there, who's my main thrall.
Yep. Okay, so let's see. Rovik has in his party Vermund. Yep.
And Ari has gone north. I'm actually trying to figure out if my wife would be a shield maiden or if she would not.
No, she's not. Okay. She's a much more traditional woman role. Though you've got Scum, Grim, and Vebjorn that the two of you could sort of try and convince to go.
I would probably have
Vlad and Carl. Yeah, and then Scum.
Lejot, since he's my neighbor.
He was the one that we were talking about last time, right? Who had the whale blubber?
Yeah,
I think so. What's his name again?
Lejot.
Lejot.
Yeah. So let's see.
Yeah.
Aemon. This neighbor of yours is like 3 hours of walking away. He's not here.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So we have Vlad, we have Carl, we have Vermund, and we have Eamon.
Yeah. So Vlad and Carl are with Aemon.
Jorn.
Vlad and Carl.
Vlad and Carl are with Eamon. Vermund is with Rovik. And then we've got Vebjorn, Grim, and Scum. But, like, they're kind of lazing about, actually.
I guess Scum would probably be with me since he's part of my crew. Like, Scum, Carl, and Vlad would definitely be with me.
Are you, are you going to talk to him and convince him to join you?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
And Grim is my sister-in-law's little groupie, I guess.
Yeah. Well, they're all her groupies.
Yeah.
But she's a little bit groupier with Grim.
And Vebjorn is with who? How is Vebjorn connected?
Vebjorn is part of my 3-man backup band.
Okay, so
Vebjorn, Scum, and Grim.
Right. And is Grim here, or is Grim still at the...
Vebjorn, Scum, and Grim are all three sitting outside, sort of like on benches outside of the longhouse, like picking their teeth and like telling dirty jokes.
Okay.
You step outside and one of them's like, and it was longer than... hello, Rovik.
Hello. Listen, you guys need to be pulling your weight around here. You are right now missing out on the plans that are happening inside. So why don't you come and join us and let's talk about how we can help Olaf and the others.
You know, they sort of look at you, Rovik, and they...
As I'm kind of like holding on to my side a little bit, but not.
Scum stands up. He says, why don't you go defend your own household, Rovik? Maybe you could have your son do it. It seems like he's got a strong arm. And he sort of looks around.
Scum says that?
Scum says that?
Yeah, that's what Scum says.